In our childhood, and I'm sure you have also seen it, maybe, I don't know if your parents said it, but we have seen those stories कि क्या टाटा बिरला की बात करते हो, कोई टाटा बिरला के बेटे थोड़ी हो, जाओ नौकरी करो, थोड़ा पढ़ाई करो, 10-15 हजार का पगार लग जाएगा. I come back to this, how easy or tough is it for youngsters today? Because you spoke about internet being a big leveler and providing opportunity to all without any discrimination, how easy or tough is it to become an entrepreneur today?
I think again I say that you need lots of support from your family, from your well-wishers, definitely. And first, most importantly, you have to take very clear thinking what you wanted to do. You cannot just say that hey, somebody else has become entrepreneur, I also wanted to become entrepreneur. It should be original. You should feel from inside, and then you will figure it out.
Entrepreneurship cannot be taught. You have also told us about how you look at education versus experience. So if someone came to you at an airport, at a railway station, I don't know if people take your autographs, but I would suggest to people to take autographs of people like you rather than, many other people, because you are real inspirations for our country. What would you tell that person, entrepreneur kaise ban sakte ho beta? Ya betiya.
If somebody asks really, hey, how to become an entrepreneur, I think only one advice from my side. Even still, because I'm not saying that I have built a very successful business. Definitely, we are part of that journey. Still, we are in the part of that journey. But one thing is very important is ability to learn, ability to take feedback, original thinking. Idea has to be real also. And it cannot be small, big, and all. I think when you start thinking, it might be that time a small idea. But in that journey, you start thinking big. I'll give you an example. When we were selling books in Flipkart, we never thought we will sell a mobile phone or large appliances. No. Our largest imagination was when we were selling 10 books, hey, might be on 1,000 books we'll go for IPO. Look, today that book as a in their overall scheme of things, I don't think so. Book as a category figured even in top 1,000. Somebody said that I always thought like that. I don't think so.
That is true. Sujit, now this one is for founders. I've also interviewed founders like yourself, met several people and interacted deeply. I want to ask you, I've noticed that there are 2-3 different types of founders. One founder is very deeply contemplative person who lets other people build things. He manages a small team. There is another style of person who gets into everything, wants to check every word, correct every mistake. And the third is very full of himself. He thinks he has arrived just because he's got his first round or second round. To founders who are looking at your inspirational journey, what would you tell them, the 1 or 2 things that they should do and not do?
I think in the start of the journey, one should be in detail. One should be definitely in detail. You cannot be hands-off. Cannot be hands-off. And then transformation has to be give the space for others where you have built those confidence. And build institution means it should not be people dependent. So like it's a transformation. But full of himself, I don't know any stage in entrepreneur's life it exists.
Okay, one more point that comes to mind here. A founder comes with a certain passion, a desire, a burning desire to achieve. He gets lucky if he gets money at the right time in the right flow, because flow of money is also extremely important, as we know in business. And we know of celebrated cases, I will not take names, where founders, when their companies grew, had to bring on very experienced people. And then they could not manage. They could not let go. They could not allow that more experienced person to build that business along proper lines. And clashes have happened. There are celebrated cases. Without taking names, explain this phenomenon to us. And how do you deal with it, Sujit? Do you have people who are far more experienced than you, who have more age than you, perhaps more wealth than you in some ways, who you interact with and employ and allow them to grow your company?
I think that's a very, very important aspect. If you'll see, that's how you define how big a company you can build. If you wanted to go, it has to be professional driven, meritocracy. The best should serve that goal rather than मैं बोलूंगा और तुम करोगे. I think then you are limiting yourself. Then you will be small or medium somewhere, or might be, according to me, that's not the sustainable model. That's the real challenge for entrepreneur. How you transform with the time. If your vision is big, this thing has to happen. You can't grow without that.
I think that's a very important point. Not just does a startup have to grow physically as a business, the founder also has to grow as a person, as a human being at the emotional level, what is called the emotional quotient. Final couple of questions. We spoke about success. I want to ask you, what does failure mean to you?
Lots of learning.
Lots of learning. Okay. And that very final question, when you look back at your journey, interesting journey, lots of good things, not so good things as well, and that is life. What's been that one magic moment that you would recall at this stage and leave our viewers with that thought?
I think there are several magic, but I must say that in the career start or the very early days, I came on board with the Flipkart. I think that was my magic moment. I think that's how I see.